I am about to move into a tiny house that I built myself, I'm also vegan, and so veganism is obviously a really big part of my life, and I would love to use YouTube as another outlet to try and promote this lifestyle and more sustainable and more ethical way of living. So I went vegan about just over 2 years ago now, and prior to that I was vegetarian. So growing up I had a really conscious outlook with food and health and my body and the effect it had on it. So I didn't really ever have trouble transitioning from vegetarian to vegan. All it was dairy products, which was easily taken care of with a few documentaries. There are many suggestions, but some of the best are Forks Over Knives, Cowspiracy, Earthlings for ethical, if you're looking for the more ethical side to veganism. But I just want people to be aware of the situation that animals are in right now and how you could possibly be contributing to the suffering of other beings and animals, and I just want people to be aware of it. It's hard because I obviously want to stay in touch with the vegan movement and watch everything that comes out, but I'm already convinced. That's the thing. I know that veganism is the best way to live for the environment, for myself, for my health, for everything, but the biggest problem is trying to convince other people. And so some people go about it through being very aggressive and come after you and try to change you by showing you the brutal truth, which works in some cases, but also sometimes turns people really off because they feel like you're attacking them in a way that is just really not appropriate. And then there are other people who are trying to promote veganism and a healthier lifestyle through just being the example themselves. And so I struggle with trying to be upfront and clear with you guys about my own beliefs about veganism and making sure you guys have access to all the right, I guess what I'm just trying to say is what's the right type of activism, you know, like, so I built this house, but in a way I'm trying to advocate other people to minimize their belongings, downsize their life, be more conscious to the things that surround you because they're all becoming part of your life, and yet I'm really just being an example, and an example is enough. But I also want to be there to give helpful advice and information, which I don't think I'm doing very much right now with the tiny house or veganism or fitness or whatever, travel. The thing, I really only want to do those sorts of very specific information-packed videos based on what you as the viewers want to see. And so veganism is something I'm really passionate about and would love to talk more about, but I don't really know where to start besides showing how I live my own vegan lifestyle. And I don't really want to be the one showing a bunch of videos about factory farming or other very horrible things that are happening to animals right now, because I want to take a less aggressive approach to trying to educate people about the cruelty that's happening to animals currently. And if people, after, you know, being informed about what's going on and they still choose to eat meat or dairy, you know, that's totally their choice. But at least knowing that I've given helpful information and tried to educate people about the effects that animal agriculture has in the whole world and everything around you, that at least will make me feel better. Alright, so that was kind of a random rant about veganism. I didn't really talk much about it, but I do plan on doing daily videos very soon, so I will incorporate any information or whatever I really feel like, to be honest. And if you guys want to give your input there, please go ahead. Yeah, I just want to try and bring everything together now that the tiny house is finishing and I'm about to go on a big trip to India. I'm starting the training for the Ninja Warrior competition. Everything is just coming together so nicely, and I want to be able to communicate all of that to you guys, but it's challenging with these little sit-down videos and other smaller videos. So my plan is to, in about a week, start daily vlogging everything that I do, and hopefully you guys like it. I don't know if you will. In terms of sustainable living and tiny houses and stuff, I'll still definitely be talking about my tiny house and what it's like living in it, and still minimalism, definitely. The next goal is to get some land and then build a yurt. And I don't want to build one or buy one that you kind of have to put together. I want to try and build a yurt all myself. So we'll see how that plan goes. I'm just starting the research now, and the tiny house took like 2 years of research before I actually built it. So we'll see about the yurt. Hopefully it won't take as long and I'll be able to figure it out and get land sooner than later. But it's all a question right now, which is totally fine with me because it's all very exciting. That's it for this video. I'll see you next time.